Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Career Networking Center Conversation. This week we're joined by Kim White, the Executive Director of CNC, and two of the great volunteers, Devin and Ian from CNC. This week's topic is career change exploration, when you're deciding to go a different direction in your career. And Kim, let me start with you. How often does someone come to CNC and say, I just don't know what I want to do with my career?
I would say about 50% of our clients that we see go through a career exploration appointment. And a lot of our clients are, especially, well, I'll go back and say, post 2020, a lot of people are looking at what are some things they want to do? Do they want to change up what they've been doing, kind of do that career change at that point? We saw a lot of that, but also, when you're mid-level, you're looking at the next 10 years or so, 15 years that you're going to be working, people are thinking of some things that they want to do that they're maybe more passionate about. So about 50% of our clients come to us, typically go through a career exploration appointment.
Ian, as one of the coaches, when someone comes to CNC and says, I'm just not sure where I want to go, how do the coaches help them through that career exploration?
Kim kind of started that in her answer. What are people passionate about? What really gets their attention? You can start by just talking about their current role. What type of things within their current job do they like best? What are the activities that they get the most pleasure out of? And then as you kind of zero in on that, we try to help them focus on the skills that they need for that portion of the job. And then you can start looking for other opportunities to utilize those particular skills. So it's sort of a peel the onion backward and then build it back up. But the focus really ends up being on what do they like to do? Where do they get their most satisfaction? What skills do they need in order to do that? What have they demonstrated as their strengths? And then you can just kind of brainstorm about what type of jobs provide the opportunity to both use those skills and satisfy that particular interest.
Devin, I'm sure you see sometimes where people have had a nice career in one particular industry and they suddenly decide they want to change completely. Talk a little bit about what prompts that and how you help people through that.
Yeah, we see that all the time. It's pretty common, like Kim said, almost half of our clients are going through some sort of exploratory state, but occasionally we get clients that are well established and just kind of want to redirect. And it can be somewhat of a fearful experience for them, and we help walk them through about why it's common, right? They're not alone in this. And then we also walk them through, all right, here's some great steps I think we can take. And the CNC's resources are well suited to address any angle they want to approach, whether it's how do I redefine my brand? How do I get out there to my network and communicate this? How do I actually target the next company? So there's a lot we can do to help them in that situation.
Kim, when someone's in that position, how many hours per week or how much time should they invest into their job search?
Your job search really should become your full-time job. So, you need to take some time off. You don't need to go hard in every day, 8 hours a day. Make sure you take time off for, breaks, making meetings, scheduling meetings with other people, but it really should become your full-time job. Studies show that if you put your, time and effort and energy into it, you're going to land a lot quicker. If you join an accountability group, you're going to land a lot quicker. So it really should be a top of mind. It should be your full-time job.
Ian, as people go through the process and they start to figure out what they want to do, how do you and the CNC coaches help them target specific companies?
Really the effort we put in is to help them understand where they can go. When you have a desire or a clearer picture on the type of role you might be looking for, then you start to focus in on what companies have those types of roles. And once they're able to do that, then it's really just a matter of homework. And how are they going to do that research? Are they going to go to the website? Are they going to go to LinkedIn? Are they going to call people that are in their LinkedIn network to try to have them help them understand? You can call someone and basically say, this is what I'm trying to do. What does that job look like in your company? And if we can help them pick the companies and do the research, they should be able to, even when they're out doing that research, find other companies that have similarities, and then they go explore those. So again, it's a matter of them building and trying to broaden the opportunities and places that they might be able to find the challenging opportunity, the gratifying opportunity that they're looking for.
Devin, could you expand on Ian's answer and talk more about how networking is important when you're going through this change of career planning?
Yeah, well, we all know the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So in a career transition, I think networking is pretty critical because these people can advocate for your skills, whether they're transferable or not, and they can advocate for your stature. So like in the previous example, if you've got more than 10 years experience in an alternative field, you really need a network to help either make introductions or make these explanations on your behalf about why this person might be a really good fit. So networking is pretty critical in a transition, I would say, because there's always this doubt, right? If someone hasn't done X, why do they want to do Y or Z? So if you can have another person, almost like a reference, but more of a warmer connection, help start that conversation. It's one of the tools we use when people, like Ian said, once you've made your target, we kind of look for those connections and say, maybe a good way to get in the door here is to talk to someone you know that works at this company about accessing this next position.
Anybody have anything else to add about career exploration?
Yeah, one of the things, my son was recently going through this experience, so I was coaching him. And I encouraged him to just contact, as Devin is saying, people in his network. Just describe, this is what I'm trying to do. These are the skills that I have. This is where I get my grins. And say, if I was being hired in your company, I'm not asking you for a job, what would the title be? What would that job be? To help them focus on what they're looking for, then they can go out to Indeed or some other website and search that type of title. So that I think my son found it helpful, but I'm not too sure he was going to criticize his dad, you know.
Well, it's a good thing he at least listened to you there, Ian.
Well, if you are not Ian's son and you need help with your career exploration, we'll hope you'll go to the website, careernetworkingcenter.org. Our thanks to the panel today, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for joining.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.